with you from your house. Because okay. See, I personally have enjoyed my life so far not being murdered, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to die. I mean, well, and kind of sometimes, some days, but I don't want to be murdered. A little bit. Choo choo. I need my nicotine.
Yo. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to make my topic, but I ain't got shit, I'll be honest.
Oh, holy shit.
People in the chat, what?
Oh.
Are we live? We are live. Who put why?
It's like he hasn't figured it out by now. He should know. He should know. Oh God, my ears.
Oh. Fuck! I'm stupid. I'm really stupid.
Davey, your camera's like pointing straight up, and we just see like the little bit of your head.
Yeah, I know, but there's like some shit behind me that I don't want y'all to see. So sorry.
Can we get you closer to them?
This is what happens when I use OBS for literally anything other than the podcast.
Can I just stand here like this the whole time?
Yeah, no, please do.
Get real up close like that. I like it. I forget. I forget that I fucked with all the settings, and I just come back and I'm like, oh yeah, it's ready to go. It's always ready to go. It's not ready to go. It's never ready to go. That's just like a description of my life.
Oh, read your arms.
Hey, Flapjack is hosting us. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. As always. Holy shit, what is up, my dudes? What is going on? How's your week been?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I got a toy. You guys want to see my toy?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Is that threatening? Is that going to TOS us?
That's absolutely going to TOS us.
No,
should I just grab the Glock at this point?
Some people be flexing with gats and shit. I flex with bow. Literally flex. I'm literally flexing.
Do you see that he held it sideways like gangster grip?
I thought he was trying to be more like Kagome.
I don't know what that is because I'm not a weeaboo.
Wow. Jeremy, you're supposed to just pretend, and back me up on that. So I don't feel like a fucking idiot now. But now I feel like an idiot, so.
Kagome! Inuyasha! Kagome!
Oh, it's Inuyasha. I never watched that. Back when I did watch anime, I didn't watch that one. I like Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell's good.
And Rurouni Kenshin.
You whore. No, Rurouni Kenshin's fine. How the fuck was your week, Jeremy? Ooh, why is Reed dipping into the shadows?
Reed's gone. That's fine.
Yeah.
Stressful. It was fucking finals week for me, so it was a nightmare, and I hated it, and I screamed literally the entire week. From the moment I got up to the moment I went to bed. You guys ready to black out? Fuck no, we are not getting as rose we did last time. Flatjack, isn't Ghost in the Shell that movie with Scarlett Johansson? No, we don't talk about that.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It was just a nightmare.
I don't know how Jeremy takes my perfectly good image and then turns it into some sort of mutated fuck monster.
I don't know. I'm getting kind of like B horror movie vibes, like Lost Footage. It's kind of dope.
It's like the added film grain.
Yeah.
They don't care because they're 3D titties.
3D titties.
Exactly why. Fuck 3D titties. No, I think it was just a train wreck.
2D titties are where it's at.
I'm gonna do a drive-by with my bow.
All right. So what do you got? What blah blah blah? What have you guys been playing this week?
I have been playing
Existential Crisis, the game.
That's a classic. I've been playing a shit ton of Stellaris multiplayer, which is something I haven't really done before. I usually just play with myself, but now I'm getting other people involved. At least until the endgame crisis spawns inside my territory and devours me from the inside, just like cancer.
Get wrecked.
Hi, Mom.
Speaking of cancer, I'm playing Metro Exodus.
I thought you were gonna say, speaking of cancer, I've been playing over any multiplayer game.
Any multiplayer game, yeah. No, that would have been better, but that wouldn't have been. Normally that works because I normally am playing multiplayer games, but it's just kind of.
Can you get cancer?
Can you get cancer? No, but
in Metro Exodus,
horribly irradiated and awful.
So the answer is yes.
Yes, you probably already have cancer, honestly.
I think a game doesn't do a really good job of conveying radiation if you can't get cancer.
You
don't generally.
Fuck yeah, Endgame Crises. No Man's Gomez says, anyone else playing Cones of Dunshire? The fuck is Cones of Dunshire?
That sounds like a really weird British university drinking game where somebody ends up having to put a
Parks and Rec game.
Oh.
I see.
Anyway,
there are even T-shirts that you can buy and face masks. That's adorable.
Face masks, everything now.
Yeah,
it's kind of dope.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're getting called simps. Our own podcast is fucked up. Flatjack says, fuck Overwatch, shitty game, fuck Bastion. Hey, Flapjack has been streaming Overwatch.
Dude, Bastion is it's a hard character to play. You have to aim and point, and sometimes you have to get up and walk to another place. It's very difficult.
The hardest part of Bastion is getting your Reinhardt to shield you.
The hardest part of Bastion is trying to play the game while you got that big old cylindrical object wedged in your mouth.
The hardest part of playing Bastion is telling your parents that you're a Bastion player, and then finding out where you're gonna live after they kick you out.
You know, I thought that joke was gonna go a different way at first.
Maybe,
and I was worried that we might get TOS'd.
Maybe if you're a Bastion main,
Jeremy. Jeremy,
so cool.
This is current year.
This current year.
No,
you can't even imply that those jokes would ever be made.
I, for one, welcome those jokes.
Jeremy, I would never ever do anything at all that's offensive.
Never. I've never done anything. You definitely didn't do it last podcast.
You can. I was gonna say you can look at all the VODs.
Just stand up in the middle. Our podcast is
no, Jeremy. I did
slurs.
Not. Jeremy.
Ooh, question, Jeremy. I want Jeremy's input on this, right? So there's the whole thing where hypothetically, people say that if you have a friend that is a person of color, he can give you the N-word pass, right?
I guess.
Can I give y'all the F-word pass?
No.
Are we getting the F-word pass here?
No.
We're going to get so many passes because Idiosyncratic Podcast, they're giving us...
Wait. We can finally say fuck? Nice.
No, the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if Twitch moderators would see that the
fuck
same
you,
way.
And fuck you, and fuck you. Fuck you.
Raise your hand if you also vomited last episode. Reed, this is your chance. Tell the world.
I don't remember vomiting, so it didn't happen.
I assume that's why you ran away at the end of the... I wish I was still recording at the end of the episode when we all kind of hung out and like talked for a few minutes after the episode. And Reed just like almost immediately after the cameras went off, just got up and fucking sprinted off screen and his camera cut. I don't know what happened.
I don't think Reed knows what happened either.
Hashtag run and Reed.
Yeah, and we had a real bro moment with Idiosyncratic. It was great.
Aww. Dude,
Reed
shout out
missed
to
it
those guys
because he's
Oh yeah,
not
they
a
were
bro.
fantastic. Thank you guys so much
Dude,
for coming on the show.
I wish they would have been on a podcast last week.
I'm curious, how much of the podcast do you remember, Reed?
What's the last thing you remember in the
I gotta know,
podcast?
because you were real drunk.
I don't know, man. I remember the tech demo. I remember
It was
the bro
pretty early
moment.
on.
That was our first topic, yes.
I remember that there was a thing, and I was like, here, let me explain. And then I tried to explain it and utterly failed. And you're like, all right, we're gonna move on.
And then you stood up and yelled racial slurs.
No, that never happened. I'm a good boy.
Jury's still out on that one.
So you remember about as much as Justin does then, because Justin, that's about when Justin's memory cut out too. So he's like, yeah, I remember you in the tech demo, and I remember you saying something about the Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that.
Fucking hell.
Yikes.
Well, we're not here to talk about those. We're not here to talk about last week's episode. If you want to watch that, VOD is still up. Also, I got a mastered version from Justin of the audio. I'm going to be getting the that uploaded here pretty soon. I was planning on doing it this last week, but school happened. In the meantime, though, our topics for this week... Reed, I almost got it on YouTube, but I saved you. Flapjack. We're going to be talking about... we got 2 topics tonight. And then Reed actually hasn't picked a topic, so thanks, Reed.
We'll figure it out.
We're going to be talking about some new tech. Dave, what new tech are we going to be talking about?
I got 3 little bits of tech. AMD's going to be adding some new chipsets.
I know what my topic is now.
All right, yeah, that sounds
fantastic.
That sounds pretty sick.
So each of these 3 are kind of quick on their own. That's why I picked 3. The first one I'd like to touch on is the second link. It's the AMD Zen 2s.
I'm going to read the other topics that we have.
Okay.
Read them off real quick.
Okay.
The other topic, my topic, I want to talk about the Deer Lady. I want to talk about the Deer Lady, and I want to talk about her horrible fucking take on voice chat. It's gonna be Flapjack says, oh no, yeah, we're talking about that, because that's been the hot button issue this last week, and I've seen lots of people talking about it. I've seen lots of takes on it, and I think I got a pretty rounded idea of like what exactly is going on.
And my topic is going to be about some match fixing in the esports world.
Match fixing.
Ooh. The fix is in. The bet's hot.
Are you talking about the Apex thing?
No, this is a Dota thing.
You got this right here. I'll pull it up, Flapjack.
There's so many people.
Oh, I don't know. Fuck. So... You linked me to a Sweet Anita clip, and I'm afraid to play it. Because I know Sweet Anita can get with it. It's safe. Okay, cool. So I know Sweet Anita can get away with the shit that she says. But I don't know that rehosting the things that she says is okay. Sweet Anita's a fucking wonderful person. And yeah, okay, I haven't seen Sweet Anita's take, so this will be cool to see. But Sweet Anita has horrible Tourette's and says the absolute most vile shit. And she doesn't mean to. She's completely a wonderful person, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, let's hit... Dave, let's hit your tech topic first.
All right. Let's get it out of the way, because I'm bad at talking. Let's pull up them their AMD CPUs first.
First one?
Should be the second link.
Second link, okay.
So the gist of it is everybody wants Zen 3s, and they're not giving it to us. They're just going to add some more to the Zen 2 line because AMD hates us, I guess. Zen 2 line's all right. That's the current gen Ryzen's, both the CPUs and the APUs. For anybody not familiar, APUs are basically expensive CPUs that have better onboard graphics in a sense. So if you're trying to do a budget build and you don't want to buy a standalone GPU, APUs are an option. They haven't released much on specs. Prices are a rumor, but a few people are a little upsetty because, you know, we wanted the Zen 3 and we're worried that this is going to slow it down. And all this really is a fire back because Intel launched the new Comet Lake CPUs. Comet Lake, sorry. And those are dope. Those are real dope. But AMD's falling behind the curve, so they're doing a refresh. Estimates are going to have them north of $300. It's a weird time for a refresh because if they stay on schedule, the Zen 3s are supposed to come out later this year. So the question is, does this mean there's going to be Zen 3 delays?
Yeah.
Or are they going to do, it's speculated that the Zen 3s might be higher end and pricier initially, and that these refreshes Zen 2 options could help with people on a mid-range budget.
So when you say refresh, what is a refresh? Like
basically,
just, like, go into the warehouse, dig out some old processors, and
basically instead of keeping up with pace to launch its whole new line of Zen 3s, which we talked about before, where they had a huge range in both performance and price, these are refreshes in the sense that they're a stopgap. They're adding 2 more chipsets to the existing architecture. They work with the existing boards. They could be a decent budget upgrade depending on how your build is, but they're on the same architecture, so they're limited by the same limits of the current Zen 2, and they're going to fall somewhere between, most likely, they're going to be around the maybe mid-high range. So they're not going to compete with the current top-end Zen 2s on the shelf, and they're not going to be cheaper than the current Zen 2 budget chips on the shelf either. They're kind of a weird in-the-middle stopgap, is my gathering of this.
So my question is, as someone who's a scrub when it comes to hardware and really understanding like the nitty gritty of hardware,
and just a scrub in general,
but when it comes to hardware, why would somebody want a Zen 3 over a Zen 2? Like, what does it do for the end user?
The big thing is the Zen 3. I mean, if you're trying to stay on the bleeding edge, the Zen 2 won't do it for you because the Zen 3 is going to have the new boards with the new this, that, and other thing, and all this other support, and support for like faster RAM, newer cards, newer hardware. So the Zen 3s are supposed to be significantly faster for the power they consume and noticeably faster for the price point, whereas these aren't going to fall quite into that same line. It's I mean, it's not to say that they're bad or that they're at a bad price, because we don't know the price or the full specs yet. But it's really weird to see them adding to the existing lineup when they're slated to release their whole new full front to back line of Zen 3s at the end of this year. You know, it's kind of a weird play.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if that means that the Zen 3s are going to be delayed.
I could definitely see that,
yeah. One of the big reasons why you want the Zen 3s to count. Now, wait, these are processors, right? These are CPUs?
Yes.
What are how does this translate to the GPU market?
To the GPU market, these two don't, because they're not APUs. Really, GPUs are separate from what's going on right now. There's nothing out there that won't run on like a Ryzen 2 build. There's not been any huge breakthroughs in PCIe boards or anything. So I mean, really, the only significant disadvantage over the Zen 2 over the Zen 3 line is like the Zen 3s have a enhanced smaller socket that just it's smaller, it runs on less power, and you get more performance out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
But so it's weird.
Yeah, that definitely is a little weird. It'll be curious to see it'll be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. And this is so your prediction is that the Zen 3 is going to be delayed.
I don't know if it will, because once I heard the theory that it's to fill in a mid-range, and that like maybe the Zen 3, every chip that they've announced for the Zen 3 won't be available at launch, that it will ultimately be part of the Zen 3 lineup, but if they have a reduced number of chips at launch, these could still be viable.
Okay.
But I don't know what to make of it, honestly. I just thought it was kind of odd.
Yeah, that's definitely a little weird. Moving on.
Do you think it's because the coronavirus has like made shit back the fuck off?
It could be very possible that, you know, if they have to adhere to social distancing and they have reduced dev teams and reduced manufacturing, it would definitely be quicker and easier to punch out some new vaguely mid-range chips that kind of fill some gaps on the current hardware.
Yeah.
And have that become available during like the Rona times versus actually rolling out their whole new chipset could be delayed. I mean, yeah. I don't know how close a quarter and how much the coronavirus could affect CPU design, honestly.
Yeah. I will say it does look like, at least on the manufacturing side, that a lot of things are starting to stabilize in Asia. It does say, like, I have seen that the Xbox Series X has started production and will launch on time in 2020. So,
yeah, I believe the PlayStation is projected to launch on time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the things that we were. That's one of the things that we were trying to talk about last week. But we definitely got sidelined. Was the Unreal is simping for PlayStation.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah.
Do we have the video of that?
The of the tech demo?
See, Unreal won't say Xbox.
Oh no.
I was actually just reading that it has been confirmed, allegedly by I believe Tim Sweeney, that Unreal 5, while they are focused on the PS5, is slated to be ready to go for Xbox Series X and current gen PCs, higher end PCs.
Okay.
So
yeah,
they've shown some of the Unreal. I wish I could find the video now, but of the Unreal tech demo running on a current PC. I guess the big thing is that you almost are going to need an SSD for it.
Oh shit! Really? It's gonna be that fast? Flatjack wants to know what specs you think you need to run for that. So you said SSD, obviously.
Yeah. Let me see what I can find here. They're recommending. Okay, so the PC reportedly ran the demo better, with the PS5 managing 30 FPS at 1440p, while the laptop hit 40 FPS with the same resolution from within the editor itself. The laptop was a gaming laptop. It had an RTX 2080 in it and a 970 Evo Plus, which is a... Is that an M2 or is that... Yes. That's a... that's an M.2 NVMe.
We got F's in chat for that.
sorry. It
rip my pocketbook, right?
You confirmed that you'll get. It's confirmed that you'll get pretty good performance on something like an RTX 2070 Super.
Fucking hell. Budget says that shit's like $1,500, right?
2080s, no, they're not that much right now. They're not. I mean, they're definitely pricey, but I think you can get like just an off the shelf 2080 for like 700 right now.
Is a 2080 kind of like the new like what 1080 was like a few years ago, where people were joking about like, oh, I'm gonna sell my desktop so that I can buy a 1080.
The 2080s, not well. That depends, because that used to be like the 1080. You had either the 1080 or the 1080 Ti, and they've added a weird middle ground on the graphics cards. So there's the RTX 2080, there's the 2080 Super, and the 2080 Ti being low, mid, and high in order. And same with like the 2070, and I believe the 2060s exist. I don't know. I'm still running a 1080 Ti, so I'm behind the curve. I don't have actually $1,600 to drop on a 2080 Ti.
I just want to. Well, you really don't need a Ti. You can just get like a 2080 Super, or even a 2070 Super.
I don't think there's. I think my card's actually still better than the 2070 Super. I might be wrong, but
You have a 1080 Ti?
Yes.
Or just regular 1080?
1080 Ti.
Probably. Yeah, then you're probably But but the difference is like the 2000 series stuff, like that has ray, what do they call it? Ray shading?
Ray tracing.
Ray tracing. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here to fucking translate his stupid shit, because I was like genuinely like, what the fuck is ray shading?
ray tracing. Sorry,
It's where they go over all the different frames of the recent Star Wars movies and they just shade out
every frame.
Just removed. Just removed.
I am a hardware nerd, so it does help.
The movie now 80% better.
Jeremy, go ahead and pull up that third link, because this is kind of
actually. We can just throw that right on screen.
So I'm a big overclocking nerd, and this is ecstatic for me. They've almost reached 7 gigahertz RAM on DDR4.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's G-Skill, which is always, of course, they had to make it shiny in Chrome. G-Skill likes to do weird stuff like that.
Witness me.
Yes, exactly. And I guess it was only possible thanks to Intel's new Comet Lake, which again, maybe that's why AMD is just in such a rush to put something else out there to try and get a few more customers.
Right.
So yes, on the Intel Z490 with a Comet Lake, the RAM frequency was achieved in an Asus ROG Maximus 12 Apex motherboard, which had an i9 10900K, which is a very, very expensive processor.
Like, how expensive?
Let me see. Price is... I guess it's not as expensive as I thought. It's only about $600 for the base chip. But that's just the chip. That's not a board or anything else.
It's still crazy pricey.
So yeah, they reached 6,666 megahertz, which is just fucking ridiculous. And back when Corsair released a DDR4 5000 megahertz on the market to just outright buy at that clock speed, it was a 16 gig kit, which isn't much memory, but it's very fast, and it was $1,000.
I'm sorry. I just need to read.
What?
Why?
Everything's fine.
Why is Roof killed?
Roof is fine. Roof is beautiful. I mean, it's a little stained.
What happened?
Does it have an arrow in it now?
It doesn't have an arrow.
Did Reed shoot his roof with the bow?
Yes.
I didn't shoot that. No.
Reed, okay, so
no.
you remember what was it like a month ago when you got on my ass for pulling my gun out on stream?
Are we doing that? Because I've got a Glock right over here.
I got a Glock. I'll pull it out. Flash checks is your roommate still okay?
Yeah. I didn't even shoot it.
He's making a weird noise from the other room. It's probably fine. I don't know.
Wait. You can hear him?
No.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. Reed, you see, part of what we do.
Did he get out?
On this podcast. Part of what we do on this podcast is we make jokes. We tell falsehoods that are meant to entertain.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! Get out. That actually was really fun.
What?
Jesus. So yeah.
I'm sorry. I just meant to be like some background entertainment. Well, y'all do your thing.
Logic says, "Did you really put on the glove for that?" Oh yeah,
he didn't want to pinch his wrist.
Yeah, I don't want to, because you'll damage the nerves in your fingertips if you do a pull with your actual hand.
Boom Shakalaka says, "Is this the episode with Reed's Lumberjack Dynasty footage?" Yeah, Reed, where's your Lumberjack Dynasty footage? I played the game.
You didn't invite me. I thought we were gonna go co-op.
I do it every fucking. I stream every Thursday. You know this.
Yeah, but I work every Thursday.
Well, you should quit your job.
You gonna pay my rent, homie?
Twitch is gonna pay your rent.
Like, fuck it is. I ain't even paid for my toilet paper yet.
Flapjack says, "Let's upgrade my PC." He's got a link.
Oh, I'm afraid to click on that link. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's a good image. But yeah,
nice
so
watermark.
G-Skill is they're overclocking. They're trying, I guess everybody's just trying to see if they can find the limit before DDR5 becomes main market available, which is slated for 2021. So if you're thinking about building a new PC this year, it's already going to be out of date sometime next year.
No, but here's
the vicious cycle.
Here's the cool thing, right? Is like as soon as the tech upgrades,
old tech becomes more affordable.
Exactly. Like you can get yourself like a cheap 2080 Ti, and by cheap I mean like it'll only be $900 instead of like.
Actually, if they're $1,700 right now, a year from now they'll still probably be $15 because graphic cards stagnate. It's so stupid. Don't buy a used one. It was
Bitcoin
probably
miners.
used for fucking Bitcoin mining, and it's probably about to explode. So yeah, there's not a lot of substance there other than G-Skill just trying to push the bar. You know, DDR4 came out. Everybody was excited because it's like, we can get to 4,000 megahertz. That's incredible. G-Skill's planning to get 7 gigahertz before the end of the year because fuck you. That's why, I guess. Ride on eternal shiny in chrome.
Yeah, but Flapjack, can you run can you run them at 4K at 60 frames?
Flapjack. Can you run Crisis on Ultra?
Are you still running games on 60 frames per second?
It depends, Jeremy. Are you doing it 1080p or 4K?
Reed, you know that your monitor has a higher refresh rate than 60, right?
Yes, Jeremy.
Do you actually use it? I'm gonna be mad if I let Matt sell that to you and you don't even use the fucking refresh rate.
Is it like a nice monitor
Jeremy,
that has the G-Sync or FreeSync?
Fuck do you think you're talking to? Of course I run it at fucking 100 and whatever. However many frames it'll pull.
It's too
I know it's no, here's the thing, Jeremy. I know it gets 240. I know I can do it to 240 hertz. But the thing is, computer might not even go up to 240. It only goes up to 100 or maybe 102. Maybe sometimes it's very hard. It has to work really hard. Only goes up to 70.
Reed. So what you're telling me, Reed, is that you need to go out there and buy you an i9 10900K and a 2080 Ti so you can fully utilize the monitor you have.
I know, but here's the thing: it's a fucking slippery slope. Because as soon as I upgrade that, I want to upgrade my processor. Because I really need to upgrade my processor. And if I'm going to upgrade my processor, you got to get a new motherboard. And if getting a new motherboard, I need to get a motherboard that has a direct insert SSD. What do you call that? The fucking
M.2.
M.2 SSD.
You don't have an M.2 yet?
No, I've just got regular SSD.
Oh, I have two M.2s. They're great.
Yeah, I want one. I just don't have any fucking money.
Mr. Big Dick.
So real talk. Hold up.
Ti.
Quit arguing. Reed. Real talk.
Yes. Yeah.
I was not completely sold on the M.2 hype for a minute.
I know.
Just shut the fuck up and let me talk. God damn it.
Reed's intelligence increases inversely with his anger.
So I'm it's a little bit of a humble brag, but to sell the point, my primary M.2, which mostly has like my OS and some startup programs, there's not much on it, is it's an older one now. It's probably about 4 years old because it was in this PC when I built it. It's like a Samsung 960 Evo. They're cheap as dirt right now. I hit the power button and I'm ready to launch a game in like 15 seconds.
I know.
It's worth it. It's worth it for the time you save. I will where do you live?
Oregon.
Bitch, I will drive out there.
I will.
Listen, you're not telling me anything I don't already know. But here's the thing: I wanted to get an M.2 for a long time now. I'm so strapped on storage space, and I want to get an M.2. But as soon as I do, I need to get a new motherboard. If we're getting a new motherboard, might as well get a new processor. And you know what? My graphics card's starting to show its age too. So at this point, I'm buying a whole nother computer.
Yeah.
As soon as I buy one thing, that all falls down like dominoes. So I'm trying to wait until the next iteration of graphics cards comes out. So you need to get
the 2080s aren't that old, Reed. It's going to be a while before we get the next series.
I'm going to be honest. I've actually already set a goal for myself. If I achieve a certain set of goals over the next month, I will buy myself a new computer.
If you would like some guidance, I am here.
I built my own computer, motherfucker. I know what I'm doing.
I know. But I'm just saying it's kind of shown in the discussions we've been having so far.
Build a computer. I'm not
saying I don't know how to.
But if you're an idiot, if you're a big stupid idiot with a dumb hat and you don't know how to build a computer, Dave will walk you through it.
Now, what I was trying to say, Reed, before you take your aggression out on me, I have no doubt in my mind you can build the computer. Yes. My offer was that I believe that I am a little more up to date on what's hip and what's good and could help with picking the parts. I'm sure you can put it together. I'm just saying, if you want some like second opinions and some assistance on picking what you're gonna buy.
I feel bullied and defensive, Dave, and I know you're trying to help.
All he's saying,
but Jeremy's not helping.
Shit taste. That's all he's getting at.
This is for you, Jeremy. This is you.
Moving on. My last link,
are making this
Jeremy.
all worse. Anyway, thank you, Dave. I would appreciate that help when the time comes. Thank you.
Coincidentally, our last topic is on an M.2 SSD. It's an 8 terabyte NVMe. So it's not just size, it is still speed. Dear God, nobody knows how much it's going to cost now, but it's going to cost a fucking fortune. This is throw your whole car away SSD.
M.2 form factor shaped like a stick of gum is sleeker. It doesn't require any cabling.
Yeah, so I know you guys. I'm not going to tell you any details on M.2s real quick because I know you already know, but if you have not seen and held one in your hands, they are so incredibly fucking tiny. They're not much bigger than most like flash drives. They
Yeah.
are stick of gum sized. Well, Jeremy,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
they-
because you were there when I built my computer, weren't you?
Yes, yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this little stick of gum is an M.2 NVMe. So it's, you know, faster than we got the specs down here. Why'd you blow up the Minecraft video?
Oh, because fucking Flatjack was going doing those Minecraft
Oh.
graphics.
So
Actually,
it's 8. They don't have the specs for the 8 terabyte out, but their 4 terabyte one had 3,400 megabyte sequential read and 3,000 megabyte sequential write per second, which is real goddamn fast. The 8 terabyte's supposed to be about as fast, if not right on level. It's quad level cell NAND flash memory, which is some fancy nerd words that mean it's super turbo.
Super Turbo.
And yeah, just to get a 4 terabyte version of this chip that's not officially out yet is $750. So the 8 terabyte one will probably actually be between $1,400 and $1,800.
That's
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. Fuck.
That's a car. That's a used Craigslist car.
Wait, there's other kinds of cars than that?
Yeah, Jeremy, like I didn't buy my car off Craigslist because I couldn't afford to outright buy that car.
Sounds really sad when you say it. From
Yeah.
Blackjack.
Yeah. But the price isn't the thing that I wanted to touch on. They kind of touched on it in the article. This stick of gum holding 8 terabytes and the sheer size, some of our regular 2.5 SATA SSDs, as well as, dear God, the full-size mechanical drives are getting. We're getting to that point of not having to uninstall games when you don't play them anymore.
Wait, you guys uninstall games?
Memory's so affordable.
Yeah, it really is.
Not this one, obviously, but I thought that'd be a little interesting to bring up because I personally am actually really very much a data hoarder, as I'm sure Jeremy can tell you, because I believe he still knows how many drives I have in my computer.
So fucking many. Boomshot
Jeremy, how many?
Says, but what about the teraflops?
I'm gonna teraflop something on you, my friend.
Teraflop my dick in that ass. Anyway, Jeremy, do you have an SSD?
No.
Your computer now?
No, I don't. I've been meaning to get one for a while. I just haven't had any money. I've got a big shopping list for over the summer when I'm not dedicating half of my life to school and I'm able to work full time, and I'm gonna be getting I'm gonna be upgrading my CPU. I'm gonna be getting an SSD, and I'm gonna be getting a capture card so that I can play the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 1 on stream.
What graphics card do you have right now?
I have a 1070.
That was a good card. Didn't we pick that out together? Because is that the one when we built it?
No, I gave that one. I actually gave that one to Boom Shakalaka.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, a mutual friend of ours, actually Matt, who was on the show, he sold me his 1070 on the grounds that I give Tyler my current card, and I was like, yeah, I want to play games with Tyler anyway, so I gave it.
Yeah.
To him.
Now, Jeremy, just a touch, sidebar, personal level friends here. You don't have any SSD whatsoever right now?
No, I don't have any SSD. I have an external hard drive, which is solid state.
And you were on my ass.
No, wait a minute. What did you say, Jeremy?
I have an external hard drive that runs through USB, but that is an SSD, but it's not like an internal SSD that actually runs.
I think I have like a 512 gig 950 Evo just sitting in my closet, if you would be interested.
I am interested.
Okay. Because I kind of upgraded my my array. I have two M.2s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SSDs.
Your board accommodates 2 M.2s?
I believe so. Maybe one of them's not an SSD or M.2. Maybe it's a regular SSD. It's just a smaller one. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'd have to pull my side cover and look.
I know we're gonna like get too deep into the weeds here, but do you have like a backup array? And if you do you do like slave and master, or do you do like?
No, so I don't actually have an array set up. I'm not rated at all or anything. I just have a clusterfuck of drives that I kind of know where everything is on them.
Ah, I see. You are a man of culture and class.
So, definitely one M.2, maybe 2, and 5 other SSDs. And then 2 mechanical drives. One of them, I think Jeremy might know where this is going. One of them is a 250 gig early SATA Velociraptor drive that was in my first gaming PC build. It makes hellacious noise anytime it spins up. It's been clicking for years, and I will not retire it until it dies. There's nothing important on it. I am very much aware that it is going to die.
He's just dedicated to watching it die.
I have been running this singular fucking hard drive for 14 years, and I never shut my rig off. And for the longest time, it was my main drive. So it's had thousands and thousands of hours of use. It has outlived its sticker life. And the few times I access anything that's stored on it, it sounds like I spent all this money on SSDs, all this money on quiet fans. My computer is dead silent. It's 6 inches away from my mic right now. As soon as I open anything up, you can hear it take off like a fucking spaceship. Tick, 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 tick.
We got a developing story in the chat where Flapjack was installing the drive into his PC. He put it on his bed. And all I can imagine is like Flapjack like putting out a bunch of rose petals, lighting some candles.
So,
the computer in the bed.
If anybody's not aware, the reason is drives and other components are very sensitive to static electricity.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing.
So anybody out there listening, the whole, 3 people that give a shit about what I say, be careful with static. But that's all I got. Some weird tech, some expensive tech, and then some really expensive tech.
The guy was like touche metal?
Touch metal.
Who's touch
you
metal?
ground yourself to discharge any electricity you have before you
Oh, he's like touch metal.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like he was a touch metal. Like it's like he used to rock in his former, in his glory days, but now he's mostly let it go.
No. What he was saying was if the graphics card won't seat, just hit it with a hammer. That's also, true. I'm sure Jeremy can relate.
Look at the press from probably, like the
probably you as well, Reed. I never anticipated the sheer amount of downward pressure it takes to install a PCIe graphics card until the first time I did it, and I was terrified I was going to snap my board in half. Like, I don't even bat an eye now. I've done it so many times. It's just chunk. But the first time
when we were putting this computer together, because you guys just fucking went in on it, and I was like, "Is that okay? Is that like I just paid a lot of money for this?"
Yeah, I remember you were like, it doesn't seem like it wants to go in, and I just stuffed my giant Diesel Tech hand in there. Nah, you just gotta clunk. And I saw your eyes go wide, and I'm like, nah, it's normal. You gotta do that.
It's like what you do when you get your first robot alien. You gotta hit it. You gotta put a lot of pressure on it. You gotta break it in, if you know what I'm saying. You want it to do what you
Jeremy,
need it to.
Were you there the day we put my current rig together 4 years ago?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't remember, man.
So that was I started over, I spent thousands of dollars, and went a little overboard. And I was so worried I was going to have at least one crib death that we ended up just laying my motherboard and power supply on the coffee table and hooking up the bare minimum to just get it to boot and go into BIOS and make sure everything was happy before we even put anything in the case. I think before we even opened the case. I was so sure that after spending like almost $4,000 that I was going to have one crib death. Stressful times
DOA.
at Richmont High.
Dude, I remember back when I was working on the Geek Squad, having to fucking open up computers, and then you get people like smokers' computers, and that shit is just caked. I mean, caked with tar. And you're like, why? Why would you do this?
See, my family always smoked in the house growing up, and it wasn't until I moved to Lawrence that I lived in a house I did not smoke in, and I was a smoker, you know. But I was always real good about cleaning my computer. But dear God, if something happened to Mom's laptop or Dad's desktop, who didn't clean it,
was your
and the whole
fault.
house was full of smoke. No, I was not the only one smoking in that house. I was the one smoking least in that house.
No, I remember, like, if anything ever happened to the computer.
Yeah,
if
I get
was
what you're saying now.
Near the person that used it anytime racing, be like, Reed, what did you do? Did you install a virus? And I'm like, no.
Then you open up the browser Mom uses, and it's got like 17 toolbars and everything.
Oh no!
Oh,
all right, let's move on. I've rambled enough about some geek shit.
Moving on. Flapjack is at Emerald Page. What do you think about this? And he linked this here. I need it in English, not in Dutch. The Master Blackhawk G Master G2530 HSUB1. That's his monitor.
It's cool, but it's only 75 hertz monitor, and I've seen the light.
Throwing the fucking shade at him.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing is, right? Like, that's exactly the perfect monitor for his graphics card. I know, because I have the same graphics card. And you can't run games on a high capacity and get, like, a shit ton of frames. But you can do it and get, like, 60 frames. You know?
You don't let Reed talk that much shit to you like that?
I will interject. I don't know anything about that brand. I also don't know what's available out there in the Shire. But weird brands on peripherals tend to not, like, I don't know. I only trust a handful of brands for monitors, and maybe I'm just picky, but I don't want to suddenly have a disco rave when I'm trying to play competitive FPSs.
Yeah. I've got a couple BenQ monitors, and they are fucking dope. I like them a lot.
See, I just sucked Daddy Asus's E-Peen and bought some G-Sync monitors that have been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Asus, although I have an Acer monitor right now.
Acer makes good monitors. Or they make feasible monitors for their price range.
I've given Reed a bunch of shit, but I think my monitor is 30 hertz.
I don't think it would be 30.
No, you're right.
Jeremy's got a 30 hertz monitor with a fucking 60 hertz monitor with no SSD.
Yeah, with no SSD.
Man,
I'm a poor boy, Reed. I've been a poor boy for a real long time.
I'm just saying.
I'm the poorest man in this call right now.
Hang on, because I'm scheduled to not have a job in a week.
Well, Jeremy, just let me know as soon as you discover fire. Then I think you'll be a long way towards getting that new monitor.
This makes my unga go full bunga.
All right. Okay. Moving up to the next fucking topic. God damn it. The Deer Lady. So, what do you guys know about the Deer Lady?
I think
I don't
heard
know,
you
but
say that she's a furry. I don't know.
She is a furry.
Is she a
I can
cute furry?
only. Oh yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
she's. Yeah.
Does she draw yiff?
No. She plays.
Damn.
The standard array of like decent indie games that are way overhyped, like Celeste. Like don't get me wrong, Celeste is a good game, but it's overhyped.
Celeste is it's not. I think it's adequately hyped. I don't think it's.
I don't know. Every time I you wanted to say thought games, I did not flat check, and I resemble that comment. Okay.
You resemble it.
It's she, but she. So her actual screen name is Ferociously Steph. And she is on the biggest thought game is League of Legends. Oh, fuck with the hot takes.
That's true. Everybody knows that the most anti-thought game is Dota.
I'm sorry.
Because it scares away
I'm sorry.
That's a
I
really
think
weird
your
way
break
to pronounce
time.
Rainbow Six.
I think your break time is over from the salt mines. And you just need to burrow back on down there underground, you subhuman, subterranean person.
Blackjack says, yeah, it's the opposite of a thought game because no one plays it. Oh, shit. Okay, so dear lady, Ferociously Steph, she, to give you a bit of background, she is a member of the Twitch Safety and Guidance Council, which is not
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's not like a job so much as it is just like a set of streamers that who are basically like Twitch narcs, as far as I can tell.
Oh, they're the people who are gonna find us for the buttholes.
Yeah, they're the ones who are gonna hit us with the buttholes. Getting an echo from your Jeremy if it's something easy to fix. Let me see what I can do. I'll kind of turn myself down a little bit. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I don't know if that fixed it or not. I'll see what I can do.
All right. So what does the Thought Council do?
The Thought Council. Basically,
I mean
that's a good question. I should have researched that Safety Council.
Like, do they actually do anything, or is it just a bunch of people being like,
okay, according
threatening
to
people with violence is bad? Don't hurt their feelings.
We're getting fucking wrecked here. So let's see what the Twitch Safety Advisory Council actually does. According to Twitch on their blog, keeping our community safe and healthy is a top priority for Twitch. Today, we're excited to announce the formation of the Twitch Safety Advisory Council, which will support the growth of our community moving forward. Blah, 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 blah. The council advises on a number of topics, and I believe they are just kind of advisors. Drafting new policies and policy updates, developing products and features to improve safety and moderation, promoting healthy streaming and work-life balance habits, protecting the interests of marginalized groups, and identifying emerging trends that could impact the Twitch experience. So that's like their main jobs, and basically what that boils down to is their Twitch narcs. If you're breaking the rules, or you're a mean, or you're a spicy boy on Twitch, yeah, Echo's gone. Okay, that's good. If you're a spicy boy on Twitch, you're gonna get fucked. Blackjack says they don't do jack shit, but Twitch wants to act like they give a fuck about the community. That's also a fair take on this. Is they do something, but they do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But their voice is heard by Twitch louder than other members of the Twitch community.
I see.
The Upright Citizens Brigade?
The Upright Citizens Brigade, yes.
Says each. Oh, okay. I can't
did you want to? My bad.
I want to see each member is carefully selected for why? Is it for their looks? For their ability to communicate thoughts?
Their ability to communicate thoughts?
The group is comprised of online safety experts and Twitch creators who have a deep understanding of Twitch, its content, and its community. When developing this council, we felt it was essential to include both experts who can provide an external perspective, as well as Twitch streamers who deeply understand creators' unique challenges and viewpoints. Each member of the council was carefully selected based on their familiarity with the Twitch community and their relevant personal and professional experiences.
Question.
Yes.
The Twitch girl, if you can't afford to subscribe me, then you shouldn't be on Twitch.
Yeah.
Is she on this committee?
Well, that's part of
I don't know. Scroll down. Let's take a look.
Part of the problem. So members, we got Alex Holmes.
Oh, that picture brings me back to MySpace.
Dude, that looks like somebody I went to high school with.
Carnage. Cuppa Noodle. Emma, that's a name I can't pronounce. Ferociously Steph, who is the topic of our topic, I guess. Fuck.
Now, hold on. This might get us in trouble. I'm sorry, but I just got to intervene here. She ain't got a 4-head. She got a 5-head.
That's me.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Yeah. It has nothing to do. Listen, her appearance, and how it might affect us has nothing to do with her lack of character. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying it has anything to do with anything. I'm just making a note that shit, ad space available here.
Wow.
Boom Psychos, this bitch needs some bangs. Which, I'll go ahead and read her description. I'm not going to read the rest of theirs, but I'll read hers. Steph has been a full-time streamer since her debut, playing competitive collegiate Heroes of the Storm in 2016. Color me surprised that there is competitive Heroes of the Storm.
I was a little surprised there was
player.
competitive Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, no.
She was one of the first transgender streamers to ever be partnered on Twitch and was the first to bring a transgender pride flag emote to the platform. Her fight for inclusivity includes creating a competitive team composed entirely of marginalized gamers and vehemently opposing non-inclusive mechanics such as voice chat.
All right, I'm just saying. I want to interject
I didn't know
right
Twitch
here.
was taking her side on this. That's so much better. I thought she was by herself on this. Holy shit!
So I just want to interject,
vehemently
right?
opposing non-inclusive
I approve
mechanics,
including everybody. If you're trans, you're in some way or another disabled, person of color, I don't give a fuck.
By all means, play fucking whatever.
But
that's
if you make a team and your goal is to only get minorities, you're pulling the whole Burger King kids thing. Where they had a list of boxes to check. We need a kid in a wheelchair. We need a black kid. We need an Asian kid. No. Okay, defend those people, but don't draw that much attention by feeling you need to have a team that's only those people.
Yeah, okay, so the problem is, right, my problem with that is that the entire point of having a team, right, is you want the best players you can get. And when you're limiting yourself to exclusively marginalized people, and I'm not gonna make it a big deal about it, but you're actively cutting out a potential player simply because they don't fit, like you said, a checkbox.
Also, just saying, that's not an all-inclusive team, because since I'm technically not marginalized, I would not be allowed on that team. Since I guess I'm gay, so maybe I would.
Yeah,
I don't know. But let's pretend I'm straight. I'm a straight white male in America. I don't get to join your team because I'm not different enough. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's shitty. It's shitty both ways, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a thing. Like it's a statement. If she wants to make a political statement and organize this team, whatever, man.
Yeah, it ultimately doesn't affect me. I don't really care. I'm just saying I think it's dumb, and I think it's shooting yourself in the foot.
Can we look at some of the other people's descriptions just by comparison, right?
Sure.
Let's
We'll look
see.
at this next person here.
Are they all this?
Dr. Samir Hinduja. I probably totally butcher that name. Sorry, man.
I doubt that that's probably not a streamer. Just
No,
just
no.
taking a guess.
Do you specifically
Nobody who's a doctor.
Doctor
No, go to the other streamers.
The other streamers.
Or
We'll go back to Cup of Noodle. Cup of Noodle is a partner Twitch ambassador and host and commentator. The mayor of Cupton, a lover of zombies, and a music connoisseur. Her streams range from playing games to hosting conventions and on-site interviews to providing colorful commentary at esports events.
That's so normal.
Yeah, that's very normal.
Right? Okay, then we go down. Cut back to
the deer hunter.
The deer hunter.
I'm sorry, I've mistaken this.
I'm sorry.
Train wreck.
I didn't want to make this about the fact that she she thinks she's a deer. Because there's a lot of people.
Wait, she doesn't think she's a deer.
Yes, she actually thinks she's a deer.
Oh,
I need evidence. I won't believe it.
Okay, hold on. I really didn't want to hold on. Let me see if I can find the clip of
And before anybody before anybody gets mad, because I did just say she's one of those, I'm a furry. So I feel like I'm allowed to be like, look, there's limits. You got to be a little grounded in reality, right?
Yeah, there's like levels, right? Like there's like, hey, I look at furry porn but won't admit to it publicly. There's the, hey, I'm in the furry scene but I don't do anything more than that. Then there's like your full fursuit homies, and there's all sorts of flavors of that. And then you got your fucking diaper shitters and your rainforesters, and you got the people who think they're animals.
Please don't. Can we let rainforest be a distant memory?
I got it. This is the one that everybody's using, and this is by far, as far as I can tell, I've done a little bit of research. As far as I know, this is the weirdest clip of hers.
Sync tube thing?
No, because they're Twitch clips, and those don't work with sync tube, unfortunately.
Oh.
But I have it on stream. If you guys want to turn the volume on, you should be able to hear it. And this is the most awkward 37 seconds of your entire fucking life.
Yes, Flapjack, I am actually a furry.
Start and come back to here, maybe. Nice and
all right.
So, round to the back of the head. Maybe down a little bit. What's nice about forest creatures is that they'll sort of give you feedback on your scritches. And they're pretty sensitive to scritches. So scritches in different areas get different reactions from forest creatures. You can get...
Yeah, that's what that is.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna admit to some things. I've been around the proverbial block several times. I've seen some things. I've been to some events. I've experienced some things. And that makes me genuinely uncomfortable.
Oh my god, fucking Flapjack. Get the devil out of that woman, God.
Boom Shakalines is not that weird compared to what I've seen on this podcast. That is totally fair.
Totally fair.
No, it's not. No,
That's
hold
pretty
up.
Fucking weird,
back
though.
up.
I feel like...
I'm not sitting there rubbing Reed's belly while he makes, I don't know, I assume Reed would be a cat.
Yeah, Reed, you're a cat now.
I'm not a cat.
What do you think your persona would be, Reed?
Oh, definitely a wolf, for sure.
God, you're such a fucking simp.
Okay, Reed, so I know you were drunk and you don't remember the second half of the podcast, but you guys found out that Dave was a furry last week, and you spent...
I knew Dave was a furry before.
Well, yeah, but the group of you collectively realized that he was a furry last week.
What do you mean collectively? Do you think I'm like some sort of homogenized organism comprised of several different worm-like creatures?
You gave me such a ridiculously high level of shit for being a basic bitch wolf
Those were your exact words.
Did I really?
You called it a basic bitch wolf. See, you don't fucking get to be like, oh yeah, I'm a wolf.
Yeah, fuck you. You're a goddamn tabby cat.
I didn't say I was a wolf. I'm saying if I was a furry, I would be a wolf.
So either you're admitting that I'm not basic bitch, or you're calling yourself a basic bitch.
I'm saying I'm a basic bitch who's not a furry. But if I was a furry, I would be a basic bitch furry.
Boom Shakalaga says, can Sonic be a furry? The porn says yes.
No, not allowed. No, get it out. Oh,
There's a reason why Sonic fans are not allowed at furry conventions.
Hold up, because for what it's worth, and I will spare you all the details.
I spit out my beer at that joke.
For now. But Jeremy, I'm going to send you some things you're not going to like later.
I don't know that I want
those.
No.
Man.
If you think you've seen some bad things, there's some particularly abrasive, potentially crime against humanity Sonic porn out there.
Anything that's Sonic porn is a crime against humanity.
No. This stuff would make you want to look at the normal-ish Sonic porn 24/7 instead of ever seeing it again. Gotta go fast.
Well, okay, so we haven't even actually told you, we talked about this person, we haven't actually covered what it is that's made her such a figure over this last week. So she's a member of the Twitch Safety Advisory Council. She is a dear person who has her ear scratched on stream, and makes weird noises while it happens. And she also has the worst fucking take imaginable when it comes to voice chat, because she says that voice chat, and this is in reference to voice chat being added to Heroes of the Storm. I guess in a recent patch, Blizzard added voice chat to Hero of the Storm.
They're still supporting that game? I'm genuinely surprised, but okay, I'm rolling with it.
And on a stream, I guess a viewer, I don't know exactly what prompted this. I've only seen the clip, and I didn't see anything leading up to it. But I guess a viewer, as far as I can tell, a viewer asked her what her thoughts are on voice chat being added to Heroes of the Storm.
What her thoughts were.
And I'm going to go ahead and put this up on stream for you guys so you can see the initial... her initial take, the biggest shock of this story. Here we go.
The only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play is to have is to not have voice chat, to not have people give up their linguistic profiles. I mean, and maybe you think, if you are a competitive gamer, which a lot of people have been like, Steph, you clearly know nothing about competitive play. Well, competition, by the way, y'all, competition requires you to get every advantage possible. To become the top 0.01% in any video game, you have to squeeze every amount of advantage you can possibly get. Voice chat is unfair.
Okay.
Period.
Okay, so
is that it?
That's it. That's her initial take. And that's the only clip I can find from this stream discussing that. Now, Flatjack says, I hate when people start fucking laughing in a discussion. I'm sorry, Flapjack.
If you hate when people start laughing in a discussion, why do you watch us?
Okay, so I'm already like confused, right? Because she opens up with, voice chat puts you at a disadvantage because it you have to give away your linguistic profile. And that's a term she uses a lot. You're going to notice that a lot through all the clips they have of her. That's a term that she throws around at least in 3 of the clips. Is linguistic profile. And what she's referring to, as far as I could tell, is that when you talk, obviously, like certain people talk certain way. There's like, there's the stereotypical when you hear a woman talk, obviously, generally, the sound of a woman's voice in comparison to a man's voice. When you hear yeah, when you hear an angry Russian talk, you hear them say "Rush me, suka blit." Flapjack says, "Bro, girls are mean in games." Well, if you'd stop hitting on them, Flapjack, maybe they wouldn't be so mean.
That is a thing. Games do go
pretend...
way better when everybody doesn't. Oh, Gamer Grill.
Yes, I don't want to pretend like girls do not. It's not possible that girls get more shit than guys. That's absolutely a thing that does happen. I'm not denying that. But this is the thing is this shit is an option. You want to talk about like, when you're playing competitive, and this is like the second part of her thing is when you're playing competitively, you have to squeeze out every competitive advantage. And I think she was trying to get at, and therefore if people are too busy making fun of you for your voice or making fun of you because you're a girl or you're black or whatever else, then there's going to be a competitive disadvantage. But then I think she realized that was a really stupid thing to say. So she didn't finish her thought and then went back to having voice chat is whatever she said. Let me go back to it.
It's unfair.
You have to get...
It's unfair, yeah. And it's a stupid fucking take.
Can I also say, in terms of stupid things, her visual effects, the whole
oh my god,
the tracing and everything.
I hate that.
So many videos, and absolutely no one that I've seen make a video about this has talked about how stupid her fucking video effects are. I hate it.
It's awful.
But she's a magical deer lady in a forest. You can tell by the fact that she has antlers made of flowers, and she leaves a rainbow trail. And she's just like real deer, and she lives in a forest, but you can tell by the green screen halo around her.
Not to talk unneeded shit, but I have this feeling deep down in the bottom of my heart.
I think we're going to be talking a lot of
very much into My Little Pony, like absurdly into My Little Pony. I'm just putting it out there.
Is there someone else here who wants to weigh in on that?
Some fucked up shit, man. Some fucked up shit.
Read.
Read. I do want to bring up. I want to bring up one thing.
Hold up.
You guys ever heard?
Hold up. No. Read.
No.
Read. Are you into My Little Pony?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not.
But friendship is magic.
It is.
What's your favorite
I'm sure
pony?
It is. Let me do Google.
Check says, remember when you guys had trains in the background? Yeah, those trains look fucking sick, though.
My favorite one is the black one.
The black horse?
Luna?
I couldn't take it.
I don't know. Do they have black ones? Either way. I'm gonna go back to the point I was gonna. Oh fuck! I closed the link.
Yeah. What is your point? Let's hear what your actual fucking take is.
Well, I don't know if she has an actual explanation.
She does, and I want to get to that. I've got this in phases, and she does clarify.
Okay.
Later on, after basically there's a massive outrage.
And then because I have a retort.
Yeah. There's a massive outrage shit show. And people freak the fuck out, and she doubles down for quite a while over the course of that. And I'm gonna show clips of that. And then eventually, I think towards the end of the week, fucking boom shakalaka.
Proud of you guys for not using the N-word this week. Read. Why read?
Why read? Yeah,
Why read?
Why read?
How many times
No,
have we
can we
mentioned
just
the
move?
point in
I don't
time
wanna-
where
Yeah,
you stood
let's
up
think
and
about it, let's think
started
about it.
yelling
I
racial
just-
slurs?
I just.
It's not. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. I was drunk and I know that's not what happened. I don't even remember it and I know that's not what happened.
So basically, so people started, coming down on her. Fletcher's, I do feel kind of bad for her. She got like death threats and stuff, and yeah, obviously, don't fucking send her death threats. Don't send anyone death threats.
That's not good.
Don't fucking do that. Like,
No. Flapjack says she's been getting death threads.
oh, she's being death threads. That's different.
Yeah. It's like she's been getting clothes.
Like sick. just written in Sharpie on a white T-shirt. I'll fucking kill you.
I was thinking more like here's some yarn, but it's been coated with anthrax.
Dude, that would be such a power play, actually, if you took your death threats and you printed them onto a T-shirt and wore them around.
That's some big dick energy right there.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that with the next death threat I get.
So, after this happened, people started being like, "Yo, that's a stupid take. You're dumb. You said a dumb thing. No, voice chat should not fucking go away. Voice chat does not give you, or having voice chat does not give a competitive advantage to cis white males. Voice chat works the same way as every other. It works the same for every single person when you're playing in a game where voice chat fucking matters. Because if you're playing in a competitive mode, people are far more concerned with winning the game than they are trolling. Now, yes, if you go into voice chat in casual, you're probably going to catch a lot of shit. And I'm not going to deny that's a thing. But, like, most people who are going into competitive, at least as far as I can tell, are far more interested in winning than they are in trolling.
Yeah. It's about getting faster calls and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. If you're in like Wood League, then
if you're in Wood League, but if you're in Wood
level.
League, you're not fucking trying.
That's true. If you're trying to play competitive in Wood League and you belong in Wood League, maybe you shouldn't play competitively.
I didn't. Call me elitist, you can call me whatever you want, but that's the most accurate take I've heard all night.
Hey, you. All right, continue.
So the next clip I have here is her explaining what she thinks about the people who are telling her that her take is bad.
No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists.
You started over.
Yes.
Sorry. No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry. Just a fact of how I feel, which isn't a big.
I like.
No,
this is the thing. This is my favorite part about her clips is you could see the wheels turning in her head, and you could see the moment where she realizes she said a stupid thing, but she can't like go back on it. It's like the thing, like most gamers are white supremacists. That's just a fact. That's my opinion.
But it's a fact. But it's a sorry.
I'm sorry, but I feel fucking targeted. As a white supremacist gamer, I'll have you know. Joking.
Coincidentally,
I'm not a gamer.
When is the Tiki Torch Republican meeting again? Joking. I forgot. I scheduled that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link in the Discord later, Davey.
Yeah. Well,
listen, I played with how many fucking hours I've put into video games. I ought to be the fucking leader of the KKK at this point, because Jesus fucking Christ, like, how does that even become a take? And how does she take that, realize she says it, and then fucking doubles the fuck down?
Well, she didn't quite.
Realized...
It's weird because she didn't double down, and this is what I think is so fascinating about.
I love it how she says like sorry, but it's true. Like that fucking like sort of passive aggressive like bullshit. Like
yeah,
what the actual fuck?
She knows it's a stupid take because she corrects herself in the middle of her sentence. To, like,
but she can't back out.
Divert away, but she can't back out.
What did she say?
She goes, I think most gamers are white supremacists. And that's just a fact. And then she stops, and then she goes, that's my opinion.
No. Play it again. She does not say that.
Yeah, she does. Hold on.
She doubles down.
She does. She doubled down. She does this like. She says
like a backpedal, then a double
down,
down,
and then a double down. It's weird. It's weird to watch this person talk because she does that like in all of these clips. Here, I'll play it again.
No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry. Just a fact of how I feel, which isn't a big deal. No, I'm just not cool with white supremacy, y'all. It's really not that. I think a lot of
okay, so it's after she doubles down. She says, "Gamers are white supremacists, y'all." Sorry,
it's just a fact about how I feel.
And then
she says,
yeah, it's like she has this thing. Is all this shit live or is it edited then put online? It's all live. These are clips from her Twitch. Yeah, she goes, "That's just a fact." And then she stops and she realizes, oh, that's a dumb thing to say. Of how I feel.
No, she didn't even say it's a dumb thing. She's just that's just
no. She doesn't say it. You can just see the wheels in her head turning as she realizes, oh wait. No,
I think she realized. I think it's not that she thinks that it's a dumb thing to say. I just think that she's like, oh, I'm finally saying how I actually feel. And it's like, I'm going to have to deal with the consequences of that. I can't just keep my feelings. It's like when a racist accidentally says something racist.
Like her out there?
Yeah.
So she's like, I just said that was my opinion. I didn't say it's true.
She fucking believes it, though.
Yeah. Fetty Boop Boop says, if that's how she feels and why she's streaming. Dude, fucking... You got me on this shit. Every single time you see people
that's a
like
real
this,
good question.
Every single time you see people like this that are like another example is the lady that's like, this is what I hate about video games. It caters to the male fantasy. And it's like, so why are you fucking playing video games then? If you hate video games, why are you bothering us? Like, just fuck off. Let somebody who actually wants to play video games take your space as somebody who talks and plays video games for a living. Like fuck off, like for real.
Well, okay, but that's not fair. If she wants to stream, let her stream. I think that's
let her stream. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying if you don't fucking like gamers and you think that being a gamer makes you a white supremacist, why are you playing video games?
Yeah. See, the trick is she said all gamers are white supremacists, but she herself is a gamer, so that's her coming out as a white supremacist.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw her at the Tiki Torch meeting the other day.
Yeah, it was hard to tell through the clan hood, but you could see
the deer horns poking out the side,
billboard glowing through the fabric.
I was.
That's so fucked up.
Is that what those are? I thought they were ghost costumes.
Oh my god. Getting onto the actual point.
Yeah, there's more clips, but yes.
Okay, play, because the next one. This is honestly, and here's what I say: is this is a great fucking argument for free speech because, like, I think you just let people say what they think and what they feel.
Eventually, they're gonna say the real, yeah,
and they're gonna hang themselves on it. The fucking Phelps did it. The KKK do it. Like anybody. Like when they had the racist on the Idiosyncratic podcast, he was an idiot. Right?
What was his name? That fucking that guy who got punched in the face by Antifa, and everybody felt bad for him because they were like, "Oh, he's probably not actually a racist." They're just.
And then he was like, "Oh no!"
Then he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I just think that we should secure America for our white or for our white whatever." And it was like, "Oh wait, you're an actual racist." Okay, carry on.
Oops.
It's that shit like that. It happens all the fucking time. And I'm with you 100%.
On an unrelated note, I have a fucking splinter in my finger. It is driving me insane. So if you see me like cutting my finger off later on in the podcast, that's why.
That's
Reed. Right, guys. We are having live amateur surgery on the Not Important Gaming podcast.
I'm just saying, Reed. Maybe.
Yeah.
if you weren't finger fucking a bow and trying to shoot your upstairs roommate through the ceiling with it.
That's not what got me the splinter. I think I got the splinter when I was shoving a nail through anyway.
Shut the fuck up, Reed. This next clip.
Continue.
This next clip is basically people were kind of like asking her. We're talking to her about, so what are you going to be doing about these people who are, who are coming at you and are saying and are criticizing you for your takes, and specifically now that you're part of the Safety Advisory Council, like what are you going to be doing about this? And this is her take.
So, but I'm hanging in there, and I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, the
oh shit. Come on. Wait, really?
It was just getting good.
Fuck, I'm gonna refresh the page real quick. That should.
These.
Refresh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It started back up, but I'm gonna refresh it just in case it stops again. Let's do that again. Why is she smiling? We're gonna get into that, Flatjack. We're gonna explain.
But I'm hanging in there, and I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, these there are some people that should be afraid of me, and that they are, because I represent moderation and diversity, and I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really shitty person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is.
Okay, yeah, there's like 2 seconds left in this, but her last thing is just it basically Twitch is backing me on this.
Endorsing me to do that.
Yeah, there we go. Twitch is endorsing me to do that. So basically what she's saying, she says, stop! She goes, yeah, I have, he says, what the shit is she on? Bath salts?
Dude, her eyes are all big and black. Like, she's like, looks like she's like
real possibility, just based off somebody I knew that used to be very similar in behavior.
Mm-hmm.
She might have a dependency on what do you call them, benzos, like clonazepam, diazepam, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I knew somebody that was very similarly mannered that was on a lot of benzos.
I don't want to get too deep into that because I don't want to make an accusation that I can't back up on that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But the whole maniacal would be like,
I have power and you can't take it away from me, and there are people who should be afraid of me. Okay, so this is the thing. You have such a mediocre, like tiny amount of power, and you've already let that go to your fucking head.
You're on a fucking council?
You're on an advisory council. You can't even directly fucking ban someone. You could just be like, this person is mean. This thing, I have more fucking power than she does because I'm an admin of the Idiosyncratic Podcast Discord. And you know what I've never ever fucking thought? Like, what? Moderating the Idiosyncratic Podcast Discord?
Get rid of the people I don't like.
I have power. I can ban the people that I oppose. I've banned one person since moderating that, and that wasn't because I opposed the person or I thought they were, a shitty person or whatever else. I banned them because they were spamming the chat.
Mm-hmm.
People who let power go to their head are terrifying. Just throwing that out there.
It's just such a fucking.
I have the power of anime and God on my side.
Yeah. Gosh, are there more clips?
There are more clips.
Does she ever actually explain why she thinks voice chat is racist?
Yes, I think that's this next one. Oh no, there's one more. There's one more of her terrible fucking takes about people doubling down. So Jeremy, you told my friend to post in the Dank Memes channel and you felt bad. You're the least power hungry guy I know. Thanks, man.
Unlike Flapjack, who as soon as anybody like crosses him at all in the idiosyncratic, struck down with vitriol and anger.
Boom Chocolate says, "What do I need to come get banned?" He says, "Okay, thank you. See you guys next podcast." For them. Fatty Boomer says, "I have the power of anime and God on my side." All right, yeah. This is her last take before I'm gonna play the clip where she actually explains her full side of what she's saying, and what she says is actually more reasonable. But I have a hard time believing that was believing this was her actual initial take. But we'll get there. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Let's watch her last her last take on her detractors, the people who were telling her. Didn't you ban Flapjack for no reason one time, Reed? Boom Shakalaka.
I didn't ban him. I just silenced him, and I was trying to clear the board of his messages because he was putting some bad stuff in the chat that I didn't want in the chat.
All right, let's play this last clip.
I said a lot of people with cis white male sounding voices are here telling me that voice chat isn't a problem, and that is a fact. Y'all have voices that aren't marginalized coming in and saying, just mute, it's not an issue. Everyone faces harassment. I've heard it all. You're just repeating my like a year ago. I've been through this all.
Yep, that's her final take on her detractors. That they're cis white males.
God. All right, so I'm gonna quote the thing that I quoted earlier. Or not the quote, but so are you guys familiar with Kurt Vonnegut?
Kurt Vonnegut. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Yeah,
like I know that I know the name, but I'm drawing a blank.
There's a story he wrote called Harrison Bergeron, and it was a sci-fi dystopian look.
Yes.
Where the 211th, 212th, and 213th Amendments to the Constitution states that all Americans are fully equal and not allowed to be smarter, better looking, or more physically capable than anybody else. And so if you were physically attractive, you'd have to wear a mask. If you were athletic,
you had to wear weights. I remember.
Strong, you had to have weights. If you're smart, you had to have a loud radio that would constantly distract you.
I remember that because that book actually shaped a lot of my like socio-political perspective.
So this whole idea that like voice chat is bad because we can't use it correctly or because some people are racist assholes, and so because if we then have to prevent people from enjoying a thing or being fully themselves, we have to basically handicap them so that everyone is equal, so that if you are of a marginalized group, you in order to make it equal for you so that you don't get harassed, we need to get rid of voice chat for everybody. And the one, I think, that I think is just flawed to begin with. The other idea, like going back to where she accuses gamers of being white, what do they call it? What did you say?
Cis
white males.
Cis white males.
No. She said that we were white supremacists. Yeah. First of all, that's fucked because a lot of gamers are fucking of all different races.
Yeah, that was what
fucking
blew my mind.
So that's fucked.
Because like what the fuck is this? Fucking like 2014 back at the start of fucking Gamergate.
Yeah. And it just it's and yeah, there's some really shitty fucking characters. You only have to open up a fucking any competitive game ever to know that. But to say that everyone is like that, I think is totally forward. I'm not in a marginalized group, and I don't know what it's really like to be harassed. I get harassed from my teammates just in general in competitive games. But I don't think that that's evidence that we should get rid of voice chat. It's evidence that we need to improve as human beings and fucking be less toxic. And then we need to put that pressure out there for people to be less toxic. When people are toxic to us, we shouldn't respond in kind. We should try to be positive. And only by making changes to ourselves can we, and putting that pressure on other people, can we try to improve and purify. Not purify, that's a really fucked up thing to say.
So
but
don't
to
use the word purify, please.
but I mean, like, to improve and equalize this tool that is essential for multiplayer gaming and everything. So that's my take.
Fatty Boo Boo says, "What about a black man with a white voice? That doesn't exist."
Dude, did you see that movie?
Doesn't exist.
Now, hang on, that does exist because I regularly played games with a actual friend of mine.
Dave,
now,
did you just take my joke seriously?
No,
Okay.
but I just wanted to note that I feel like I've got pretty good ears. I feel like I can pick up on a lot of little nuances, right?
Well, yeah, he's got those big things right there on the side of his head. Those are his ears.
And
damn. Those are
five years of playing games, talking about life, having a friendly relationship with another person. 5 years before one day he's just like, "Wait, I never told you I'm black," and I was like, "What?" Oh, okay.
How did you do this to me?
Like, it changes nothing, but I never put it together. I just assumed he sounded like a fat white guy, honestly.
Also, I've heard there's also like evidence to the opposite, like white guys with black voices.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Donkey.
Video game Donkey.
Yeah. People were mad when they found out he was white.
I genuinely I did think he was black, and it.
I still think he's black from time to time. I forget
because I thought that his whole like "fuck you, I unsubscribe because you were black" meme was because somebody who was racist actually said that to him, but no, it's just him making fun of the fact that he's white.
Yeah.
There we do got some more chats though. Flapjack says, "You know how to go against a racist in voice chat? Just tell them you fucked their mom." There you go. Boom. That's my solution to every problem in voice chat. Just tell them you fucked their mom.
No.
Right there.
That's not how we build a better world.
That's how we build a better community.
You're right. You're right, Reed. You don't tell them you fucked their mom. You tell them you went to fuck their mom, but the line was too long.
Jeremy, that clip is going to kill her argument in one hit. I'm assuming you're talking about the last clip, and yeah, to a certain degree. Fatty Boom Boom says, "Just give in to your racism, Reed. It's okay. Purify the world."
No.
Boom Shakalaka took off. Yeah, he was just saying he's leaving. Flapjack, yes, we will play the Sweet Anita clip, but I want to play Ferociously Steph's last clip before we do that. But we are going to play Sweet Anita's take on this because I do really want to hear that.
She's got. Wait, is this the creme de la creme?
This is not. This is. So you've been asking for You've been asking for a clarification on her position this whole time. You've been asking for, what is her full take? Because obviously there's more to it than just voice chat bad.
I fucking hope so, because if not, then fucking Jesus Christ.
What she says, the words that she says in this clip, I will admit, are pretty reasonable, and I do agree. However, I doubt her sincerity about what she's saying in this clip, and I think she's just... I'll just play the clip, and then I'll explain. So this is... Here we go.
I would love to see her in an actual, like, regulated debate.
It would be a nightmare. Here we go.
I just,
Ladder. I'm not gonna take away voice chat from all of you. I don't have that power. I'm not even advocating for that. What I am advocating for is for people to have less,
I just realized I didn't have
for
audio
games
on.
to have more.
Oh, you didn't have audio? Okay, I'll pause and I'll rewind it for you. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take away voice chat from all of you. I don't have that power. I'm not even advocating for that. What I am advocating for is for people to have less, for games to have more features in place, like pings or prefabricated voice lines that your character says, to help people who don't want to speak, don't want to reveal their linguistic profile, to be able to still compete well. And so can we have like this conversation about this? And I didn't even consent to this conversation right now, by the way.
Oh my God,
you know,
that's the part that
Destiny
pisses me off the
added
most.
me. Destiny went and called me out, mocked me for having this opinion. But it's like really a real thing. And I have other people getting mad at me for having the spotlight on me. I have other people being like, "Wow, I'm queer." Letter.
Okay, yeah. So that's her take.
Yeah, no wonder people can get mad at you because you never fucking defined your fucking standpoint. I mean,
and
maybe
this
You're
maybe
just
you
bouncing
did,
all over
and
the
just no one
place.
ever fucking clipped it. Then
this
then
is the thing, right? This is why I don't fucking believe her. Is because we've seen several times now her like realize what she's saying and realizing it's a stupid thing to say and then backpedaling like 3 times, right? And I'm sorry, after seeing that so many times, all I can see here is her realizing the shit show that she's in and realizing, oh, this is putting me like in a real jeopardy. People are actually mad at me and it's causing a real problem. Like this is all blowing up all over the internet. So I need to come up with a more reasonable take. And be like, that was my take the whole time. And I'm sorry, I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you said is reasonable. Yes, I agree. More games should have ping systems. More games should have context-specific voice lines for people like me. Not necessarily people who are like, oh, you know, I'm scared to get on voice chat or blah, blah, blah. But people who are just like, I'm too fucking lazy to bust out my microphone or I don't really feel like fucking talking. So I just want to be able to ping something out and have my character go like Apex Legends. There's a loot crate over here. Open it up. And yeah, that's nice to have. And I fucking agree with that. But I don't believe for a goddamn second that was your original take. I don't.
Yeah. I'm with you, Jeremy. I actually agree exactly with what you say. For once in my life, I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah. I guess I think that if this whole thing about like you're revealing your linguistic profile, it's like a fucking, or even just her idea, right? Even if that was her idea from the beginning, and she's just not great at communicating her thoughts.
Communicating.
Well, she's
thoughts.
not great at communicating. She shouldn't be on a fucking a council.
No, anyway, don't get off track. I don't want to. Even if that's the case, it's a band-aid problem it's a band-aid solution to an actual fucking problem, which is dealing with toxicity in video games, you know? And that's an actual real fucking problem, you know what I mean? And trying to do it so it's like, well, I'm afraid to even, you know, it's like people being afraid to be women out in a public place, you know, or women being afraid to be alone with guys. And obviously there's that whole thought right there, but the issue, the problem is that they shouldn't have to live in a society where that's a real fear. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that, and yes, there's going to be some fucked up people, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to do everything we can to change that, to fix that. That's the real fucking problem. You know, that's the shit we need to really be working on. Not like, oh, let's add some pings and communication stuff to a game, you know, so that people can continue to be afraid to interact with society, because that's fucked, you know, and that's also perpetuating the problem.
Flapjack,
you know?
Hold on. Flapjack, I'm going to have to hard disagree with you on that one. He says, you know, this is only a thing in the U.S. I am going to hard disagree with you because I have, I said this on my casual stream on Thursday, right? I've got friends all over the world. I've got friends in the UK. I've got friends in Turkey. I got friends fucking everywhere. And you know what? You know what is a common factor with a lot of them? Every single one of them knows a shitlord. Every single one of them knows somebody who goes on voice chat and just wants to be a toxic shit. And I've been guilty of that in the past because I'm a fucking asshole. But I'm doing it to blow off steam and to be a shithead. And Reed, you and I have like different takes on like toxicity in voice chat, right? Obviously, like targeting someone, targeting someone for, you know, their race, their gender, whatever else. Obviously, a shitty thing to do. But I am a very big proponent on the idea that, you know, shit talking your opponent, being like, "Oh, I fucked your mom. Oh man, how many dicks did you suck to get that score?" Blah blah blah. That's all. It's not nice. It's not pleasant. But I'm of the opinion that it spurs the competitive spirit.
Like if you're shit talking your opponent?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's when you're shit talking your ally, right? And I've seen.
Sometimes they've got it coming though.
Well, yeah,
hang on.
I think like, dude,
yeah,
stop being a
also
shitter. Fucking pick up your game is one thing. Like I've absolutely said that before.
Yeah, but it's also like the spirit behind it, right? But it's like when you have this like vitriolic, fucking like toxic, like just like, man, I had a really fucking bad day, and I want to come home and I just want to play this competitive game and just kind of like blow up some steam.
Flapjack says,
and then,
I mean, women being scared to go outside and stuff. We don't really have that problem here. I think the majority of places in America, that's not really a problem either. There are places where that absolutely is an issue, and definitely at certain times of day that's an issue.
But that's not also U.S. specific. It's worse in other countries than it is here.
Yeah, there. I was gonna say, like, there are definitely places where women's rights are like a real fucking issue, and yeah, those places absolutely are an issue. But that's not a nationwide U.S. thing. That's a city by city basis, I would say.
Yeah.
I even neighborhood by neighborhood.
Even neighborhood by neighborhood,
yeah.
Either way, getting back to my point,
yes.
so rudely interrupted. Is this a gaming podcast? Well, yeah, no shit. Yeah, no, I just like if somebody wants to come home after a shitty day and play a game, and then just like, you know, they make a couple misplays, and then all of a sudden you get people just telling you to kill yourself or fucking like shit like that.
Okay, so
like,
hold on, Mike,
nobody. And I get, you know, I know what, and I'm saying that's not what you're talking about, Jeremy, and I know that, and I'm acknowledging that, but I'm saying there's a difference between like, and that's the thing is people don't. Maybe we need to have everyone sit down and take a class of how to be a proper shitlord, right? Because there's good shit like being a shitlord, be like, you know, when you're funny and clever and shit like that. But if you're just like telling somebody to kill themselves or uninstall the game or just like shitting all over someone incessantly and then getting your other teammates to like bandwagon and shit on you, and then suddenly this is like one person against the entire fucking team because they made one fucking mistake, you know? It's like, fucking A, man. That's not okay. That shit's not acceptable.
Yeah, obviously, don't fucking like go in on somebody.
But it happens though. That I have more issues.
That's a problem.
It is a problem.
But the problem, and what you're saying, Jeremy, nobody fucking does that. Everyone does the other thing. Nobody ever is like. I think there's some people that are like.
Did I say that though?
I don't think you said that though.
Did I say that no one ever? Because I believe I said the exact opposite. I believe I said that people absolutely do face that, and that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to ban toxicity outright is, I think. Well, firstly,
I didn't know. I never say ban toxicity.
Well, my point is, I think like the, you know, just shit talking your opponents, I think is acceptable, and I think honestly, to a certain degree, I even think is conducive to a healthy competitive environment.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I shit talking an opponent. That's its own.
I agree that going in on someone for something they can't help, going in on someone because they're, you know, they're a woman or they're black or they're transgender or whatever else. Yeah, that's bullshit. Don't fucking do that. But going in
you
on
heard
somebody...
it here last.
Yeah, really, you heard it here last. Flapjack says, dude, the Mordhau community is the worst.
Michael Jordan has entered the chat.
The Mordhau community is so fucking bad, dude. I had to turn the chat off. It was so bad. I love the game to death. It's one of my favorite games, but holy shit, that community is awful. And this is
like, how does that happen, right? Like, how do we have entire communities of people that learn to be
the problem? The problem is that it attracted all of the chivalry fans for good reason. It's better chivalry.
But there's no chivalry in the game.
There's no chivalry in the game. And then in chivalry attracted 4chan.
Mm-hmm.
And 4chan has
Who are these 4chans?
4chan has a very specific brand of bants.
Dude, 4chan is fucked.
I love
4chan's incredible.
4chan.
It is, but
it's incredible. You definitely you need to steel yourself before you go in.
It's not the best part of humanity.
No, it's not.
No, it's definitely
every once in a while, I like to take my shirt off, take my pants off, get my little swim trunks on, kind of get ready, and just
put on your goggles.
Put on my goggles and just dive right into the sewers of humanity. It's refreshing.
You can find some gold, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Let's see this clip.
Got one final clip. This is actually, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but Flapjack brought it up, and I think it's. I'm actually curious to see what this is because I haven't seen this before. Sweet Anita is somebody who
has Tourette's.
What Ferociously Steph is talking about would actually affect. She genuinely she has Tourette's. So having an open voice chat would genuinely affect her in a way that it wouldn't affect most people because she can't control the shit she says, and she doesn't have just like normal Tourette's where it's just like, you know, you make a weird noise and you tilt your head or something like that. No, she has like the worst of the worst, shouts some absolutely vile shit that she just can't help. I remember it was like a few months ago, the Twitch community, members of the Twitch community were trying to get her banned because she on stream developed a tick that said gas the no, that was gas the
Nazi pug.
Yeah,
she said Nazi pug shit.
She said Nazi pug shit. So yeah, she's like, this would genuinely affect her, and this is her take on it. I'm curious to see. Let's go ahead and pull this up.
There are so many people who are too nervous to interact in person, who have anxiety disorders, who have disabilities which limit their mobility, and they can't go down to the pub, so they play games instead, and that's how they make friends. There are far more people who rely on that, who are marginalised, than people who, you know, can't use it. And you hurt way more people by taking it away than you help. I think the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and if there was something that was inconvenient to me, I'd feel arrogant and selfish if I demanded that everyone stopped using it because I couldn't. There are plenty of things I can't use or do that. So from my perspective, and that's not how I see other people who call for this, that's just their opinion, but I don't feel good about trying to take things away from people if I am struggling to use them. That's not how I engage with it.
Yeah, that's her take on it. I actually, like I said, I hadn't seen that before, and that's a very admirable take in my opinion.
I agree with her.
Yeah. Shout out to our little tiny viewer base compared to her.
What's the name of that streamer again?
Sweet Anita.
Dude, shout out to Sweet Anita.
That's what I was about to say.
That's a very professional way of
a very tiny viewer base, and anybody we send over there to watch her is going to get a little tiny little drop in her bucket. compared to her very large viewer base. But go watch Sweet Anita, for real. She's a wonderful, wonderful human being. She's really funny. She just sometimes says...
What part of her is funny, Jeremy? Is there...
She actually does tell funny jokes. She is a very funny person. But she also... a lot of her tics are very funny, and it's unfortunate. And I feel bad for her. Mm-hmm. Killer Trout says, we come to watch Dave vape. That's what you're really here for.
I'm sorry. I need my
can you do any vape tricks, Dave?
Yeah, I can take way too much of a hit and then cough like I'm dying for 5 minutes.
Oh, we call that the Rona.
No, for real. Go watch her stream if you have some spare time. She's a really, really wonderful person. And yeah, I cannot agree with her more on this take, honestly. It is one of those things where there are people who, this is their only method of social interaction. As someone who has been in that position before, where apart from my roommates dragging me out to go drink, my only social interaction was playing video games and talking to people. And if I didn't have that capability, it probably would have gone more insane than I actually did.
Yeah.
Kilgore Chess says I was in the same boat, bud. Yeah. I see. It's just one of those things. If I didn't have voice chat, I would have had a way harder time socializing than I actually did. Reed knows all about that. Kilgore Trout says.
Yeah.
What's your takes on this, guys?
No, yeah, I think out of everyone here, she summed it up the best. You shouldn't let somebody struggling with one thing and cause you to take it away from everyone else. So could have said it better myself.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think it's arrogant, presumptuous, and downright stupid to just put that label that voice chat is bad because you have some bad interactions. I don't know how bad her interactions are. I don't know anything about this girl except, dear God, chill with the fucking visual effects. For the love of
oh my God, yes.
Fucking Christ.
It does make me want to throw up.
I would rather watch 10 hours of the thing that made me genuinely uncomfortable than watch 5 minutes of those fucking visual effects.
10 hours of Jeremy accidentally showing an asshole on stream.
No, I meant the other thing. The deer thing.
The deer thing. Oh, good Lord. That was so bad. Oh, that was...
Again, been around... I've been to some furry events.
Yeah, I don't want to... This is the thing. A lot of people who are defending her are, they're trying to be like, oh yeah, you're only talking shit on her because she's trans, or you're only talking shit on her because she's
dude, this is why I want to see this shit. I want to see this shit actually go to an actual debate where none of those fucking shitty cop outs have any weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to only stand on the merits of your argument.
Killer Trout says Dave's a furry canon. It is, as a matter of fact, canon.
It is actually canon. 100% actively true. I will own it.
We are inclusive. We have furries, we have Jeremys, we have gay people, and maybe sometimes a black guy.
On occasion.
You got rid of him, though.
Oh, you did?
I didn't get rid of him. He's just in the other room. We brought him back last week.
Oh, Dave was talking about Derek.
Oh.
He doesn't count because they couldn't see him. That was before we had cameras.
That was before.
Yeah, but you could hear his voice profile.
Killer Trap says, yeah, the fact that Jeremy is allowed must make you pretty progressive.
Yeah.
I think we're progressing in the wrong direction by having Jeremy here.
Yeah, it's a fucking mistake to have me on the show.
Aw. Jeremy, you're the best mistake I've ever made.
Oh, why are we getting the TOS call?
You're the TOS because they said that Derek didn't count.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
So what do you say we wrap this shit up with some quick filler news? Because my story isn't that super big. We can just skip over it, and we're getting close on time. So
okay, yeah, we'll hit some filler. First one we got. This one we can watch on SyncTube. We got the Warhammer 40K trailer. I don't know what this is.
It's a new Warhammer. They're like re-releasing it, revamping it.
Is this Warhammer 40K the tabletop, or is this?
I think they're making. I think it's like a digital tabletop thing.
Okay.
I'm not really.
I would be absolutely thrilled for that, Jeremy.
Yeah, Dave,
I would buy it for you.
You still need to teach me how to play Warhammer 40K.
I'm not a good person to teach you how to play 40K, Jeremy, because I believe I told you the surroundings of my time in 40K. Did I not?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So you may understand why I don't remember much of it.
I've got the SyncTube, and once everybody's ready to go, I'll throw it up.
I'm ready.
All right, you may file when ready.
Kilgore Tress says, the autist ambassador. Fucking hell. So I love the lore 40K. So much to it. Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of the 40K fluff. Well, let's go ahead and watch this shit. Warhammer 40K, the new edition cinematic trailer.
Between the stars, the weak and the faithless find no deliverance. We are raised to believe that the God Emperor watches over us all. And so we are charged to cleanse the mutant, the heretic, the alien. We must not falter. We are his sword. We are his wrath. Even in the face of death, we shall not submit.
Woo!
This makes my bolter become the big bolter.
Is our prayer.
A heavy bolter.
Yeah.
Faith is our armor. In battle, he offers us redemption. And for those who prove worthy, the Emperor sends forth his angels.
That's so tight.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's Smurf Marine.
It's a what?
A Smurf Marine.
What's a Smurf Marine?
Our Imperium is besieged.
The nerds.
Across 1,000 worlds, we fight for our
The
survival.
nerds of the...
Those that would tear humanity down are legion. Our forces
A lot
are
of people
few.
don't like
Our enemies many.
Marines because they're
There is no respite. There is no mercy. And in our darkest hour, a spiteful universe awakens forgotten evils to break us. The galaxy burns, yet still we stand. The last bulwark against
I think
the
he
terror.
started typing out
And
when he said
while
smart.
we draw breath, we will fight. For in this new dark age, there is only war.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, it looks
that
like a new
looked
edition of...
downright gorgeous, and because
Yes,
of that just made me have an intense experience, and I think I may have accidentally cummed in the Codex Australis.
Flatcheck says 100% people are going to complain about the game being SJW. Man, people have been complaining about Warhammer 40k going SJW for like, what, 3 editions now? So that's just like par for the course at this point. This trailer makes me wish I knew anything about the series. I'm a gaming
You don't
fraud.
have to. Just have fun. If you think it looks
He's a
cool,
phony,
just play it.
a
Have
big
fun.
fat phony.
How are they going SJW? A lot of people are complaining basically. So they're from what I understand, the biggest complaints are that the power scale of the Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle, is being raised to the point where they're on par with the Space Marines. That's like the big one.
I mean, when you have a big, giant, mechanized suit of armor, it doesn't matter how fucking strong you are on the inside, I think, right?
It does. Basically, the Space Marines go through, like, severe, heavy modifications. Like, the armor makes them, like, 9 foot tall, but inside that armor, they're 8 foot tall. They have redundant... Every single one of their organs is redundant.
Wow!
They're heavily modified with both mechanical parts. Basically, they have to go through like a shit ton of trials. It's what is the saying, Dave? The like the 1 in 10,000 maybe. Yeah.
And the problem isn't that it's girls are getting stronger. It's that in the lore, these fancy half-human monstrosities are meant to be the Incredible Hulk, and we're making Black Widow punch just as hard so that she feels like she's equal, when it was not that way from a balance point before.
This is more like Warhammer, am I right?
Wow.
Because these cuts think women equals bad. Yeah, that's a lot of it. It's just people getting mad because the lore, or not the lore, the power scale is changing. But this is the thing: the entire fucking Kilgore Trout says, can't they just put women in Space Marine suits? No, because a lot of the modifications it's kind of like the whole Witcher thing, where women's body can't handle a lot of the genetic mutations. And it literally kills them. Basically, most men, the genetic mutations kill. It's like
9,999 out of every 10,000 of them die.
So yeah, it's not just the suit that makes them strong. There's a shit ton of modifications that go into it, and there's a shit ton of like stuff that makes them superhuman. It makes them more than human. And women and
right?
What?
The fact that just assuming that women's bodies can't endure whatever it is that they go through, right? Like, it shouldn't be that, maybe like less, but I'd say like the whole like in Witchers, right? It's like I don't know. I just feel like maybe there could be some, right? I don't know. The fact that it's all
sure.
Maybe it's just like it's dropped enough that they're like, oh, we're not going to kill that many women to get. It's not worth their time. I don't know. Maybe that's.
Kilgore says, I'm sure there are some tough ass women in the 40k universe who could survive it. At least canonically, in the past, the answer has been no. Women are physically incapable of surviving the alteration process.
See, that's a little fucked. That's a little borked.
I mean, yes and no, because they weren't exclusive of women in 40k. They were exclusive of women in Space Marines. But it comes down to whether or not there are strong women.
Idiosyncratic Podcast says Ciri, bro. Ciri's not a witcher. Ciri's a sorcerer or sorceress. She didn't undergo the trial of grass. She didn't undergo. Basically, she doesn't have the modifications. She's got elder blood, yes, and that's what makes her special. The same thing with like the Adeptus Sororitas. That's not to discount the Adeptus Sororitas. I'm happy that they're getting power scaled up and they're able to go up. More battle nuns, yes, please.
I mean,
But the thing
setting aside the gender bias from, and again, because it's a very lore heavy series, just genetically, men and women are not the same. That's
my question is, if Siri took those trials, could she have passed?
No, it's not like a trial like a I'm gonna run a gauntlet or something. The trials are literal, like being injected with a bunch of alchemical serums. And you sit there laying on a slab suffering for a week.
Again,
I
don't know.
One out of every 100 boys dies during the trials.
I mean, I can understand not wanting to, especially if you're like, if you're Geralt and you don't want to put Ciri through that or risk having her die.
At the time that Ciri came around, they had discarded of all the equipment. Basically, the School of the Wolf, and I think most other schools, had completely like gotten rid of all of the equipment and the materials to turn someone into a Witcher.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't even bother putting Ciri through the trials.
I know,
they didn't want to see they didn't want to see anyone else.
But narratively, that's kind of like a cop out, right? Like, I don't know.
And maybe part of this gender bias that there is or is not, or however you want to look at it, does come from the fact that Warhammer 40K has been around since the 80s, and our view of genders have changed drastically. And I think people aren't so much mad that the girl gang is getting a buff so much as you're kind of fucking with the lore.
Yeah, no, and that I agree with, right? But I'm just saying, I don't know that much about 40K lore, but I'm saying a lot of that lore was written in a different time. You know what I mean?
Well, it was written in a different time, but this is the thing.
And it was explicitly not. I'm not saying this was explicitly not inclusive, but a lot of shit from that era was explicitly not inclusive because it was not like a boys club thing, but just girls weren't involved in like fantasy and shit like this. But I think times have changed, so.
Anyway,
wow,
we got a little off the rails on that little piece of filler.
That, Jeremy?
I permitted it. He's talking about me.
Okay.
Right. It's not a race.
It is a race.
Polish people are not a fucking race, Reed. Holy shit.
That's a race, isn't it?
No.
Then why do people make Polak jokes?
Because the Polish people got fucking steamrolled in World War II.
Then that's a Polish people.
Yes.
It's a race.
No.
It's a nationality. It's nationalist.
It's a nationality, yes. But that's like being like, Russian is a race.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a...
It's an ethnicity, not a race.
Not a race, yeah.
If you want to get semantical, I just fucking pulled up the definitions here. It's an ethnicity, not a race.
The Security Podcast says Luke Skywalker didn't go through the Jedi trials. The difference between
look where that ended up with him, though.
The difference with that is
don't remind me. Don't take me back.
You don't have to go through the trials to use the Force.
It hurt me too much already.
And on top of that, the trials, even during the Old Republic era, well, not the Old Republic era, but the Clone Wars era, I think the trials were like outdated. But regardless, the thing is, you don't need to go through the trials to have the powers of a Jedi.
Yes. Technically, he never was a true Jedi.
Whereas with Space Marines and Witchers, you need to undergo physical mutations in order to become a Space Marine or a Witcher.
No, I get it. I'm just saying it's just something.
You could argue they should rewrite the lore, but I disagree. I think they should be able to write whatever fucking lore they feel like writing.
No, that's fair. But I mean, like, we should also be open to like if they want to like retcon some shit or to like change modern lore. That would not be.
It's not modern lore though. It's space future lore.
Fatty, boom, boom. Nah, fuck that shit. Skip the trial. Can I just pay to win that shit?
How many loot boxes do I got to open to be a space marine?
All right, let's watch the other trailer. And
Yeah, okay. Last trailer.
Oh.
While he's pulling that up, yo, go get yourself some free Civ 6. That bitch is free on fucking Epic Game Store right now. It's GTA 5 last week, Civ 6 this week. Get yourself.
Who knows what's gonna be next week? It's actually the reason. Do you know why that's going on?
No.
It's Epic is having like a big sale. It's their
Next
big.
week?
No, right now. Like it's been going on. It started last week.
Oh shit.
Oh, why the fuck is it not?
Please stand by while Jeremy tries to figure out how to work a sync tube. Please stand by while Jeremy learns how to be a sycophant.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you're not a sycophant, Jeremy.
Me too. All right, I gotta pull it up. So yeah, last Thursday they started the sale. It's actually a really fucking good sale. There's a lot of really cheap games. Games are going for sale all the way up to I think 75% off. But some really high quality games are going for like 50% off right now.
Oh, dude, Witcher is fucking mega cheap.
Witcher's dirt cheap. Control is going for really cheap. Metro Exodus is pretty cheap, and I was actually mad about that because I bought Metro Exodus a week before the sale happened and got butt-fucked.
Jeremy, sidebar, because I'm already excited because I just see the name of this title.
Yeah.
You want to play this game together?
Yeah, I'd be down for it. I really like this game, but let's go ahead and now that we've titillated our audience, we've let them get excited about the trailer. So shit, that's right. I got GTA 5 for free. I totally forgot about that. You guys ready to watch this?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pull this up. Saints Row the Third Remastered.
Those old animations. There's a comparison between the old and the...
Yes.
Prohibited in California.
Japanese commercials. Easiest money you'll ever make.
Grand larceny's right up there. You ready for this?
No worries. I do my own stunts.
Hey, you're just a ride-along, man. So don't get all Hong Kong style in there.
I am a method actor. If I'm gonna play a saint with any degree of emotional truth, I gotta make it real.
Trust me, Burke. It'll be real.
You're like yourselves.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't want to be Johnny Gat? Ultra postmodernism. I love it.
Kind of reminds me of Ryan Reynolds.
God damn, I love this game.
Asshole actor around.
Cut Josh some slack. He's just researching.
It had the best
you can see the frame rate
ever.
The frame rate there on that draw is different.
Yeah.
60 frames instead of 30.
Sorry, jumped his line. Can we go again?
You all know the drill. Can I get a picture with the boss?
Say sleaze. Get mine.
I love people taking pictures with them.
Don't be a dick.
But you call yourself gangbangers? You're a bunch of pussies. We should be all up in their shit like fuck.
Oh, that's different. You got a plan, or we just shooting all these motherfuckers? That is my plan. Works for me.
This does look really good, actually.
Yes, it does.
Where's the ball? Go to hell! You wanna play, motherfucker?
I guess whoever recorded this demo didn't actually play the game, though.
No? Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out there. I think they just wanted to show like the quality.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck is this? We paid up this month. Someone paid more.
What happened?
We got arrested.
No, to us. Burke's right. We traded our dicks.
Flatcheck says both look like shit.
Movie deals, commercials.
Wow.
You're wrong.
I mean, it's also a remaster.
Brand's worth a shitload.
Fatty Boo Boo says, did he just pull her ride? Yeah, exactly. With that intro. He also says, are they robbing the mafia? What the fuck?
If you'll indulge us.
The faces look way better.
Yes, they do.
That plane looks way better. Holy shit.
Wow, yeah. The hair still looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's a little better, but it's pretty bad.
Of course.
To be fair, even The Witcher had trouble with hair, though. The Witcher, I remember when your hair would get wet, it would look like giant noodles.
Never heard of it.
Evidently not, or you would not have robbed our bank. Perhaps you wonder why you are still breathing at this point.
Actually, I wonder why my foot's not up your ass at this point.
Like it or not, Mr. Gavin.
Killer Trez's hair is fucking hard to animate. Yeah, that's true. And
Dude,
I'm not saying they did a
dude,
shit
look at how
job.
sexy his tie looks. That's a sexy ass tie.
Yeah.
That is a slick tie.
Flatcheck says, dude, Geralt looks sexy with
Fuck
that
that
hair. Yeah, I'm not saying that, it's, they were lazy and they just fucked off. No, it's you're right. The main thing is just hair is hard to animate, and at a certain point in time, you gotta figure out what to prioritize.
So make yourself a fucking waffle. We done here.
I do think this actually looks really good.
Yeah, it makes me want to play this game again for the 7th time.
The lighting especially is handled really well.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh yeah, I forgot. Johnny gets stabbed.
He does more than get stabbed.
Well, yeah, he dies, but I forgot he got stabbed.
Spoiler!
This game is like 10 years old.
This is the third game in a series that
never
now has like
I never played it.
6 games. You can't get mad when you put off a game for half a decade, and then people are talking about the beginning.
Yeah, but
of the
when a
game.
remaster, we talked about this the other week. When a remaster's coming out, people are gonna be getting into it. Like that's a spoilers become a thing again.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, that was a spoiler. If it's any consolation, he dies in like the first 10 minutes of the fucking game.
Oh, well then that's fine.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. Is that if you're also getting mad about something that happens.
Well, then why didn't you say that?
I was about to.
Oh, okay.
And then you cut me
lighting
off.
so much.
The cars look
Oh my
cleaner.
god, yeah, no,
I
the
like
gameplay
that.
actually looks way better. Holy shit.
Well, did you see like puddles and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lighting is really good. The fucking
I thought I was talking to Shandi.
I wanted to see the destructions. Is he gonna? He's trying
I got
to.
bitches about everything and
Alright. We'll pick a fight.
Kilgore Trout. Wee woo, wee woo. Spoiler police, hands in the air.
All right. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, just the texture difference alone. Especially since they didn't remodel or anything. It's the same, like, animation, it's the same cast. It's just a graphics refresh. It looks good.
Guys, if you haven't played Saints Row 3, you really should. Saints Row 3 is really fucking
Think Grand Theft Auto, but a lot goofier.
Yeah.
Substantially goofier.
And then it hit Issue 4 where it just jumps the shark.
Yes.
4 went overboard.
He's Syncretic Podcast. His name is Alex, actually. Says, Guy, I'm DMing Justin's Virginity D&D game. Are you, is this his first time playing D&D?
For real?
I assumed he played.
Oh, that's dope as fuck, man. Shout out to Justin popping his D&D cherry. If he ever wants to play with a real DM, you know where to find me.
Not on the NIG
half hour
podcast. Nah, fuck 5e. Play Pathfinder.
I think this is good, Jeremy.
Okay.
I dig it. I want to play it.
Yeah.
My nips are hard, and I'm excited.
That definitely got me in the got me in the mood to play some Saints Row.
Yep. And another quick news: Doom Eternal removing de novo.
Yes.
As with every game that has de novo, it is getting rid of de novo.
Well, you know the story behind the de novo thing, right?
Yeah, they fucking gave it away on the fucking.
Well, they
released it was cracked on the Bethesda site.
Yeah, it was cracked on Bethesda's side. They released the game with the non-de novo executable in the files, and then they just took it away, and everyone was like, "Okay, great, yeah, no de novo, that works for us." And then they added de novo back, and it caused the game to not run on a bunch of PCs, and everyone got super mad at them.
Yep.
So
yeah, I would be too.
So they're taking de novo off again. I'm sorry, this point, Doom Eternal is a fucking cursed game. They cannot figure out how to just do something and not have it blow up in their face.
Dude, I think Bethesda's cursed. Like, they're just cursed.
Absolutely cursed.
All right, and then another quick news. The Halo 3 PC test flight starts in June. So we got Halo 2 out now.
I still need to finish
3...
Halo 1.
Dude, do it, bitch. And then we'll go play some co-op Halo 2.
I'd be down for it, yeah. That sounds fun. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out?
I'm Gucci.
Flapjack, what the fuck? Flapjack has never played Halo. Right, I'm not even that big of a Halo fan, and what the fuck? Like, I think Halo's pretty good. Reed's the one who's, like, nuts over Master Chief's armor.
Dude, I'd let Master Chief fuck me.
Fudges, I'm a PlayStation boy. I was too. Kilgore Tress says, Bethesda is totally cursed. The first bell in the funeral song was Fallout 76. Yeah. Well, really, if you want to go all the way back, the first bell in the funeral song was Horse Armor DLC.
See, the problem is they thought their DLCs would be better than the mods, and we all know what the best Skyrim mod ever was, right?
Well, I've got. Was it it's Schlongs of Skyrim, I think.
That was a close runner-up, but somebody else decided that in their headcanon, all the horses were female. And so they did the female horse realistic genitalia and anus DLC pack. If you wanted some extremely high-res, high-detailed horse buttholes and horse vulvas.
Every day we stray further and further from God's light.
Coincidentally, there was also a My Little Pony mod that worked with the realistic horse vagina mod.
Flapjack says Thomas the Train Engine. Killer Tress says Macho Man Randy Savage Dragons. And Fatty Boom Boom just says, sign me up. Davis Mr. Hands. The man himself.
No, I'm not. Mr. Hands died trying, and I would die before I even tried. I'd look at it and I'd just have a heart attack.
He flew too close to the sun.
Thanks
he
for
bent over too close to the horse.
Oh my fucking god. I think that's about as good as the end of this show's gonna get, boys and girls. So Reed, you wanna do the thing?
Someone didn't put in the games, so
what? Oh, we haven't done those for like 2 weeks. Are you just now noticing that?
Yeah. Oh, what thing am I supposed to do?
Just talk us out.
Oh, what am I saying? Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Thank you for watching the Not Important Gaming Podcast. As always, you can catch us on twitch.tv/NIG Podcast. And, of course, on YouTube at youtube.com.
Oh, we lost.
Reed died.
Lost him. God, I fucking love you guys in chat. You guys are amazing. He clearly had a few goes with the horse. It only took one to end his career, though. That's such a perfect ending. All right, yeah, you can find us here at twitch.tv/NIG podcast. You can find us 8:30 Central. It is 6:30 Pacific time. You can find us on YouTube.
Have a wonderful night.
Have a wonderful night, my beautiful boys and girls. You take it easy.